Okay, I have something very special for you guys here today. This is the brand new POCO F7 Ultra. It is the first time that POCO has an Ultra phone. I do expect it to be sort of a revival of the Pocophone F1. So if we take at the specs, then you will know why. And as you can see, POCO F7 Ultra, it is powered by the new Snapdragon 8 Elite. So it is using the latest chipset that is available today. And let's go check out the screen. 3200 by 1440 pixels, okay. Memory 16 gigs of LPDDR5. I'm not sure if it's available in different variants because as of now this phone is still unannounced yet. And we have 512 gigs of storage. And cameras, if you're curious, here are all of the sensors that you can see here. And then for the battery, 5300 mAh. Not sure if it's any different for other regions, but this is what we have. So I have already done all of the setup process, so now let's jump into Genshin Impact. So there's a few things that I must show you first. If you hit into here, this is like any other phones that are using hyperos, and if we change to, well, they're not calling it performance mode or whatever, but they call it wild boost. If we turn on wild boost, oh, surprisingly this thing still works. Okay, so we just leave the FPS meter on while using it in wild boost mode. So let's see the graphical settings. I am playing it at the absolute highest graphical settings available. So preset high, highest, and then just change it to 60 FPS and you will get all of these settings. So let's play around in Genshin Impact and see how things go. What?
Time to go. Adventure time. Let's light it up. Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
I think she can handle everything.
Winging it wasn't the best idea. Gotcha. Didn't see that coming. Teamwork is dreamwork. As one with wind and cloud.
What the heck is this?
Let's light it up. Everybody stand back. This is where overheat. Gotcha. Majesty's power flows through me. Wind strike. Fallen leaves.
I don't know why I'm struggling with this fight. I can't believe I'm struggling with this fight. Oh.
Light it up. Teamwork is dreamwork. Pyroclastic surge. The end of our
Okay. That's crazy, 1 hit KO.
Bring it. Let the magic train spoil. No. Here comes the catch. Off we go. Gotcha. Let's light it up. Go in. Out of my sight. Gotcha.
Okay, I survived.
Eventually come.
Not the best, but I survived.
Rise to the sun. Let's light it up. Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey. Teamwork is dreamwork. Pyroclastic surge. Try and stop me.
Okay, that was easy.
Great names echo. Busted. Everybody stand back. Crash from the sky. Grab the engines. Let's light it up. Bring it. Quiet now. Light of the blazing sun. All right, you ass. Let's hope you put up a good fight. Busted. Wrath from the sky. Full throttle. Burn it down. All right, let's finish this match. Quiet now. You asked for wrath from the sky.
I do believe my Nouvellette team is still the best. Look at this. Done. What kind of control is this?
Bring it. Wind strike. How about this?
Frame rate suddenly just dropped a lot. What happened to the frame rate just now?
Show me your move. Strike up. One with nature. Let's have some fun, shall we?
Yeah, the frame rate is...
Well, towards over. Into the wind. Bring it. Next time. How about this? Well, take a seat. The tour's over.
Be sanctified.
The frame rate is quite okay, though it doesn't maintain at 60 FPS consistently. It seems to be on the verge of thermal throttling. Not sure what's happening with the frame rate and whatnot, especially when it was kind of like jumpy just now while farming the blossom thing. I don't know what that thing is called. So overall gaming performance for Genshin Impact in particular, I would still say is really good. It's just sometimes frame drops do happen. No idea why. I mean, Genshin Impact is pretty easy to run on the Snapdragon 8 Elite, so I don't really have anything much to test for this phone other than maybe we are in the game like about 20 minutes or so. Maybe we should go into Abyss or something like that.
Settle down.
Strike up.
Yeah, when in battles, somehow there are frame drops. No idea why, because it doesn't happen on other Snapdragon 8 Elite phones, I think. Yeah, frame drops while in battle. Not sure why. That's weird. But otherwise it's fine if we're not battling. You know what? Let's hop into Abyss and see how things go. In terms of temperature, the phone isn't particularly hot or warm, so it's like about like 44 degrees Celsius is what I'm guessing. So yeah, let's do floor 11. Non-elemental, non-elemental, and also non-elemental. So this is good.
You asked for it. Go ahead. Why do they never miss? Torn to oblivion.
It's fine in Abyss.
Bow your head to the lucky day.
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call.
But the magic's making oil. Bring it. Time to shine.
Settle down, here. How we will regret.
Yeah, it's fine in Abyss, so let's just finish it up.
Teamwork is strength. Justice will prevail. Not your toast. I'm the bright one. Inazuma shines eternal.
What?
Bow your head to the lucky day. Which will it be?
Into the wind. One with wind and cloud.
Wings I go. Let the word come.
That's all I've got.
Having fun.
Let the mighty be humble.
Joyous times. India. Shine down. You asked for it, everybody stand back. Let's light it. Eat this. Nice and spicy. Now you shall perish.
It's diabolical of them to put this in floor 11. I didn't know that they put this thing in floor 11.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Oh shit. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna do this on mobile. It's really difficult to play on mobile. So in terms of temperature, there's really nothing much to see here. The chipset is located somewhere around this part. And we can see it's not really that hot because it has actually some time to cool down while we're in the Abyss, because Abyss is not really that demanding in terms of graphical performance. And yeah, the overall phone feels quite cool to the touch. The only hottest was when we were playing around the overworld just now, and it feels like the surface was around like 43, 44 degrees Celsius, somewhere around there. It's not particularly hot, it's just warm to the touch, so nothing much to worry here. And so that is Genshin Impact for you. Overall power consumption, as far as I can see, is actually very conservative. It's about like 5 watts, and that's considered conservative because I've seen phones to maintain full 60 FPS throughout the entire gameplay, they push like 8 watts into the phone while playing Genshin Impact. And this phone, well, if you just push like 5 watts or so, there are some frame drops when we are battling, as shown just now. Okay, now for Zenless Zone 0, I will just show you the graphical settings. As we can see here, everything at the absolute highest possible graphical settings. Remember, if you use the high image quality, it's not actually at the highest, so you have to manually go and make everything to the highest. So now let's just jump into the flower boss fight. Where is the Scott outpost? This interface has got to go. It's not efficient at all. Immediately at the starting, the frame rate is not good.
No room for mercy. Don't get hit. It's over. Press forward. My blade is already sheathed. I swear on my blade. Flames will never die. Amazing play. It's over. No room for mercy. Weaker. The flames follow my flow. Direct hit. No forgiveness. Shadowless blade. It's over. No room for mercy. Weakling. Victory, the only option. My blade is already sheathed. Feel the heat!
What?
now. I'm opening. Weakling. I'm unstoppable. I can take him. I swear on my blade. It's over. Don't get hit. No room for mercy.
Lucy is unalived, but we managed to still get like 89 million, not bad. So overall frame rate, as what you can see, it cannot maintain 60 FPS even since the beginning. At least it doesn't have any major frame drops, so I would still say the overall playing experience is smooth because it doesn't stutter. Remember, stutters are more distracting compared to just gradual frame drops. So there you go. Overall experience, I would still say it's really good here. And the phone is barely hot to the touch. I mean, the frame is slightly hotter than the back, but no problems holding the phone whatsoever. Or maybe I'm just resistant to it. So PUBG Mobile, I mean, do you really even need to test this? Because it can run all of these without any issues at all. So if you want highest frame rate, you need to go to the smooth graphical settings. So I will just use all of these, jump into a game real quick, and then show you that it doesn't actually have any problems handling this game at all. Even if there are frame dips, it's because this game is just very poorly optimized. Why? Why did it land me there? What kind of ass camera does this game has? Look at that loading distance. Yep, 120 FPS. Consistent. No problems. yeah, that's PUBG Mobile. I won't stay here for long, so let's just jump to the next game. A lot of phones can just run PUBG 120 FPS, no problems at all. So not worth staying here for any longer. Okay, so COD Mobile's graphical settings is a bit weird now since they changed the interface. So you can see your graphical quality, you can go max, but the frame rate you can go ultra, which I have no idea what it means. And you can turn on and off the frame rate adjustment. I'll just turn it off because I don't want to cap my frame rate. And now, as you can see, these are all of the settings that we're using. Basically, just as much frame rate as possible. Yeah. So let's head into a game.
Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint locked down. Target down.
What is that?
Enemy inside!
Enemy down. Let's go. Let's go. Hardpoint contested. Cover me. Reload. Hardpoint contested. Reloading. Is ours. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint contested. Let's go. Let's go. Friendly shock RC is ready. Hardpoint locked down. Friendly shock RC is ready. Enemy inside. Friendly hunter-killer drone deployed. Stealth chopper on standby. Stealth chopper inbound. Let's go. Let's go. Changing back. Cover me. Target's inside. Reloading. Cover me. Enemy down.
Yep. Yuna. So yeah, COD Mobile, like 120 FPS at whatever settings that we were using. No problems at all. So thumbs up for them, and we will head to the next game. And now comes COD Warzone. So this game, I'm just gonna use everything at the highest graphical settings. There's no reason for this phone not being able to handle it. So let's go into a game.
Want to go get after it. Enemy dropping into the AR. Eliminate all targets in the AR. All squad mates are in the safe zone. Friendly loadout drop on the way.
How much power is it consuming again? 10 watts? No wonder you can get such frame rates in COD Warzone. This is gonna really torture the thermals. We will see. It will thermal throttle eventually with such high wattage. Oh. What? What? You know what? We'll go for another round on COD Warzone.
Eliminate all targets in the AR.
So when we're out here, it can consume 8.88 watts. 9 watts. Wow.
One supply box remaining. Move to secure. Your squad mate has entered the gulag. They'll need to survive to redeploy.
Ah! So close. So yeah, this game will thermal throttle and drop to about 60 FPS, somewhere around there. I suspect that if we go longer, the phone will heat up even more because it consumes like 8, 9, 10 watts, somewhere around there.
New safe zone.
Not sure why it consumes that much power, but yeah, the phone is really hot to the touch now. Yeah. So I guess we'll just skip to the next game now. Okay, now for Wuthering Waves, we can see that, let's just go to the graphical settings first. We are once again using it at the highest graphical settings available with auto FPS turned off because I don't want it to mess around with the graphical settings, just to maximize the FPS. So here goes. This is the new Italy region. I like it a lot. And I was in the middle of the quest, so there's gonna be a lot of yapping. Traversal in wuwa is just so much better than Genshin Impact. I mean, I don't really want to proceed with the main story of wuwa just yet. So let's just go, I don't know, walk around, explore, unlock waypoints. That's what I want to do. Because you have this ability. So nice to just fly around. I'm gonna say it. Genshin could never. They will ask you to pull a new character in the new region and all the skills can only be used in the new region. And it's just, I don't like that at all.
Like the wind.
Oh, I guess this is one of those fights that I'm super under level to do, is it?
Complete overhaul. Disruption.
The fruit of ever. Here we go again.
Nah, not super under level. I can still go through this.
Mommy, I can use some fertilizer. Luminous energy. You're in for it now. Leave.
Variable elimination.
Oh,
Distance up. All shall reveal itself. Reconfiguration. Watch out. Fast.
Lily's attack. This is so much fun. Here comes the form. The fruit of ever.
Variable elimination. Miscalculation. Complete overhaul. Distance up.
No one can trust all his friends. Here comes the form. That didn't hurt at all. Lily's found me. Leave.
Variable elimination.
Oh no!
Disruption. Verity. Confined within limits. Risk level increasing. Reconfiguration.
Here we go again.
So far, well, wuwa has been more optimized than Genshin, I would say. Well, mostly it's because it has FSR, because FSR is a upscaling technology and it works really well, and I wish more games would adapt that. Because FSR, if you just upscale your graphics, then you can even save on power when it comes to gaming at such high quality. So that's it. That's all for Wuthering Waves. So far so good. The phone is actually cooler than it is when we were playing COD Warzone. So yeah, there we go. It consumes like 7 something watts, still way less than COD Warzone. And yeah. Okay, for the final game, let's also do War Thunder, and here are all of the settings that we're using. They added a lot more anti-aliasing techniques into the game, but I will still use TAA, the traditional anti-aliasing. We technically could use something else, but since we already started with TAA, then might as well just continue with TAA. So this game, you can see there are 2 different FPS meters. There's one at the top here, one at the bottom here. This one, I'm not sure how accurate it is, but it is definitely more than 60 in terms of smoothness. So I will trust the in-game FPS meter more than anything. What? I mean, the game is definitely very smooth, and I'm really not sure which to trust here. One says 60, another says 120, but the game is indeed very, very, very smooth. So, I don't know. Done. Done. We're done with this. 120 FPS seems to be okay, but again, not really sure what's the actual frame rate. So now that we are done with it, we can head into here and then check out the recorded FPS. We have double COD Warzone because we tested the game with 2 matches. So let's get started with Genshin Impact first. Render resolution 1920 by 863, not the highest that we've seen. And the frame rate, as you can see here, it's pretty stable, though sometimes it does dip. Particularly during certain fights, I'm not sure why the frame rate drops. It drops to about like 40 something FPS. It's kind of weird, but as you can see here, all of these dips to about like single digit FPS is because we were fast traveling using the, what's that thing, the waypoint. So when you use a waypoint, the FPS will dip to these kind of levels. So ignore all of these, and average, I would say it's still very good. So average power consumption 4.8 watts, pretty low, I would say. And yeah, here are all of the stats, and that's about it for Genshin Impact. Zenless Zone 0, on the other hand, this is where things get interesting. So 5.72 watts of power, and this is when we were fighting the flower boss only, and you can see the frame rate average is only 40.4 FPS. The 5% lows is also not looking good, so the average, even though the average is much higher than the 5% lows, you can see the actual average should be somewhere around like 40, 30 something FPS. And here's all the utilization. There's one CPU that is bottlenecking the entire gameplay, I suppose. Power consumption not as high as other phones, but 5.72 watts. Maximum it can reach 10.31 watts. No idea why, but you can see some of the spikes there. And the render resolution is 1920 by 864 on Zenless Zone 0 as well. PUBG Mobile, not really that demanding. You can see it's a 720p game, and average power consumption 3.9 watts. Frame rate maintained at 120 FPS, and yeah, that's about it. For COD Mobile, if you turn on the super resolution, you can get the native resolution 3200 by 1440. Average power consumption 3.82 watts, 100% smoothness, and averages at nearly 120 throughout the entire gameplay. COD Mobile is not really that demanding either, so we just skip on to COD Warzone. So the first time that we are playing 2144 by 960 pixels in render resolution. Ignore the 30 FPS because when you enter a cutscene, maybe you just go into the gulag or whatsoever, it will drop to 30 FPS. So if we ignore all of that, the frame rate is actually very high. We are getting somewhere around 90 something at the first portion here, but eventually it does thermal throttle and then it drops to around 60 something FPS. This section here, this section. So yeah, that is to be expected because this game, it can consume a lot of power. You can see the maximum is 10.73 watts, and it kind of maintained around 8 to 10 watts for the first half here, and then suddenly when you enter a cutscene it drops, and then here is the continuation in the gulag or whatsoever, and then it drops to like about 7 something watts. This graph is in correlation with the FPS, so when it drops to 30 FPS, it doesn't need that much power, and that is why it becomes like this. But when we go back into the game, it maintains only at around 90 FPS, and the power consumption is at around 7-ish watts. So for round 2 of COD Warzone, this is where you can see the frame rate is a bit more jumpy, I would say. So the first part is maintained somewhere around like 90 something as well, and then it dropped all the way to 60. I have no idea why it's locked to 60 all of a sudden. And as you can see from the power graph, the power just keeps dropping and dropping. Temperature, you can see, I think the thermal limit is at around like 45 degrees Celsius. That is why it maintained here. Now for Wuthering Waves, this game is obviously a lot more optimized compared to Genshin Impact because we do have some other options like FSR upscaler as well. And the frame rate is nearly at 60 FPS throughout the entire gameplay. Do ignore all of the 30 FPS and also all of the major frame dips, because when you teleport or when you enter a cutscene, then it will drop in frame rate. Overall temperature, it is indeed rising and reaches somewhere around like 45 degrees as well. Power consumption, it's around 6.62 watts. It's slightly lower in terms of overall power consumption compared to COD Warzone. Okay, for War Thunder Mobile, I have no idea why the in-game FPS meter reports 120, but this thing only records 60. Render resolution is at a native 2400 by 1080. And average power consumption nearly 7 watts, as you can see here. This is of course with ray tracing turned on to the maximum. Temperature, pretty well controlled overall, so I don't really know what to make of it. And so that is the gaming test of the brand new POCO F7 Ultra. If you have any questions regarding this phone in particular, then do leave them down in the comment section below. The full review for this phone will come later as well, and we might do some other special content with it too. So again, do leave all of your questions and comments down in the comment section below. Do let me know what do you think about the gaming test of the POCO F7 Ultra. Will you buy this? And will you buy some other phone? What's your take on it? Do let me know. And we'll see you guys in the full review for this phone. Yeah, goodbye. I mean, it's kind of exciting that POCO goes back to its roots and release a flagship phone at a reduced price. Yeah.